When I changed my life, dude, like I had to fucking change everything, right? Like I've been getting high since I was fucking 10 years old. Running the streets, right? In prison, spent over 13 years behind bars. And then I caught a home invasion case. And you would think, right? That'd be a nice little wake-up call, you know? If I would have had this level of success that I have now back in my addiction, I'd be dead. I'd be fucking dead, bro.
Because you've done it before, right? An event? Yeah,
I do them all the time.
Yeah.
So I do like group workouts. We'll have like 40, 50 people. And then I did one 4 months ago in Vegas. We had like 130 people.
I remember I saw that.
It was a pretty good turnout.
How do you guys how do you guys get that many people? Is there like a big influence in Vegas that your boy has?
No.
People are down to like go?
We pick Vegas because it's cheap to fly there.
Yeah.
It's close to California. You can drive. And everybody wants a fucking reason to go to Vegas.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's in the middle of everything, right? Arizona, Texas, California.
So are a lot of people from California that head out there?
Yeah. Well, we have guys from Hawaii, Texas, the East Coast, Florida, they're flying out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because only 3 people out of 130 lived in the state of Nevada.
Wow.
Right?
That's cool.
So now this time we're going to have like 300. Now, this time I started doing them, and then I started doing it with one of the guys that I helped build his business.
Yeah.
So he has his whole community now. So we start doing them together and stuff like that, and then bam.
What do you think it is for you guys that you guys are able? Because people try to gather people for events, but there's some events that people throw and no one shows up. It's somewhere far, so people are like, I can't make it. I don't have the money.
What's their reasoning? For getting these people together.
Like, let's say something that you're doing.
Yeah.
Whether it's some type of, they're trying to help people create something, whatever it is. But I always tell people it's not as easy as you think. Because people usually, I got kids, I can't afford it, I can't make it. But like for you, like you just said, 3 people live in Nevada, everyone else is out. Like, what do you think it is?
If you want something, you'll make it happen.
Yeah.
There's no, I'm a firm believer, bro. If I want something and I really want it, I'm going to get it, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's just like telling my story, dude. Just getting on there, telling my story, creating a community. That's the main reason why my coaching business has become so successful, is because of the community aspect. You know what I mean? There's not everybody when they leave this old way of life, they want to become a part of something, right?
Yeah.
So here it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Give us some like
real community.
Yeah, give us some backstory real quick about like where you came from, what you've been through before you got into this, so people kind of get to know you, and then let's talk about your business too, how you're building it.
Cool. Yeah. So I spent a lot. I started getting high and drinking when I was about. I think I had my first drink of alcohol. It was a beer at Lake Nacimiento, and I fucking spit it out like
so
immediately.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. I was like 9 years old.
Okay.
Right, and then my mom would tell me a story. I think I was like 5 that I got into like those. You remember those? They're like chocolate alcohols. Alcohol that's chocolates.
Like a liquid though, right? Or is it a chocolate?
Chocolates.
Oh, okay.
With alcohol.
Yeah.
And I guess I ate a bunch of them when I was a kid, right? Like I don't know, obviously,
yeah.
Right? But so then I started drinking, started smoking weed, and then it just progressed, right? It's just one thing after another, and it was ecstasy, coke, crystal, and then. Then I went to prison, and...
What age did you go to prison?
18.
So you went to prison early, okay.
Yeah.
So you got into drugs pretty early. You kind of got
drugs pretty early, juvenile hall.
Yeah.
I caught a case in Pismo Beach for like felony threats with intent to terrorize. I was bad. I was like 164 pounds, doing real bad.
What do you think it was about that lifestyle that kind of drew you in?
I don't know. I kind of chose it.
Yeah.
Because like my family is good family. My dad partied and got high. He sold drugs, and always worked and stuff like that. But everybody else was pretty straight and narrow, right? And then I got a high school diploma from a boot camp. So then I got my high school diploma at 16. So then I had all this time, right? Like everybody, I got expelled in the 9th grade, right? Halfway through the 9th grade.
Yeah.
Dude, I just loved it. That's the honest truth, like I liked the lifestyle. I got high because I liked the feeling.
Do you feel like what was more addicting, the drugs or the lifestyle that comes with what you're doing?
It depends on to what extent. At the end of my addiction or throughout the first half of my addiction. I think they're two different things, right? Because the end of my addiction was like 6 to 10 grams of fentanyl a day, sitting in a motel room, banging speed to stay alive, right? Yeah. That was the end of my addiction,
Yeah.
right? The beginning part was like, you know, coke, partying,
Party
chicks,
drugs,
smoking weed, ecstasy, speed, you know, all this stuff, and just like kind of having fun, right? Like, even though, was it really fun? You know, like, you know, like
some fun times, right?
getting arrested all the time, you know, like drinking, you know, just kind of like experiencing, you could say, right? Like, it was a pretty massive experience, you know, like, but towards the end of the addiction, bro, it was just fucking hell. You know, and that's a crazy story, crazy part I'll get to in a minute about the phone call. It was a phone call that came through from a block number at 9:30 p.m. I remember it. But yeah, everything progressed, bro. Everything, you know, it was never a step back, you know, like it was always, you know, digging the fucking hole deeper, you know, like it was crazy, you know. Then I would play sports. I played soccer for 6 years. I played baseball. I was good at it, you know, and then, you know, I got taken out of that because I kept getting in trouble. So that was like one of my, you know, punishments at home, you know, and then they put me in like kickboxing, right? So this taught, in karate, this taught me how to fight, right? And next thing you know, like I'm hitting people, you know what I mean? It's just like, I was the littlest guy in my grade until ninth grade. I grew like 5 inches or something like through half of a year. And stuff like that. So then, you know, then it progressed, right? And then I, you know, now I'm in juvenile hall, you know, getting high on speed, you know, just living in and out, right? And then I caught a home invasion case, and you would think, right, that'd be a nice little wake up call, you know, but it wasn't. You know, I was looking at like 70 years.
7 years for that?
70 years, yeah. Wow. $180,000 in diamonds and platinum. This dude flew in. I went into, yeah, dude. So we had his chick was over at where I was staying at partying, you know, and we knew where he was and what he had. And but we never met him. So I was like, all right, cool, let's go over there. I got some buddies together. I went over there. I'm the only one that went in the house. Woke him up, asked him where his stuff was, beat him up, you know, took his stuff. Anyways, he ended up making a statement. And then everybody else folded in too, right? So anyways, I did time for that, but I ended up taking 2 strikes. So I didn't do too much time, right? Yeah. Like, nowadays, the strike situation, right? Like, I've caught in 3 prison terms since then, and it's not like everybody thinks like, oh, 2 strikes, you get in trouble one more time, you're done. It's not the reality. Okay. You know, it's not. But yeah, so I ended up getting out and, you know, right back into the same old shit. You know.
Why do you think that is? You know, because you people that don't understand this would think, I think he would learn his lesson. Like, he did some time. He probably never wants to go back. He probably found God or whatever, right? Yeah. But you literally said, you get out, right back to it.
Same exact stuff. You know, maybe telling everybody around me what they wanted to hear, you know, for like the first couple weeks, right? And then it's just like, dude, I don't have a job, right? I know I can go do this and make a lot of money right now, right? This is what I know how to do, right? This is where I'm comfortable. I can go get a chick. I could go she probably has a house, you know, the same thing, right? Like it's all of it. It's the truth, right? Everybody's, and people are so fake, dude. They're like, oh, it's because I didn't have any other way. You know, it's not. It's because that's what we chose, right? Like,
it's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
I'm not going to go to school.
Why would I go learn something else and not even be able to live, right? Like, out here, I'm up all night. I'm doing whatever I want, right? You know what I mean? Like,
watering the grass at 2 a.m.
Correct, bro.
You guys got some good grass, though.
Exactly. You know, so then, so I ended up getting arrested again. You know, fast forward a couple years, couple prison terms, right?
What was your longest prison term you did?
4 years. So I did 2 4-year terms, 2 4-year terms, a 2-year term, and 1 year flat, as an adult. So the last time, you know, I was locked up, and I was like, dude, this is just fucking old, dude. You know, and I knew I knew I had to do something different, right? Because I didn't want to sit in a cell for the rest of it. One more time, it probably would have been a wrap, you know.
What is that like when you're doing 4 years? Like, how, like the first time you did 4 years, like, how do you get your mindset ready to, like, okay, I'm gonna do it for 4 years?
You don't have a choice. Yeah. You're gonna get down and out about it, or are you just gonna figure it out and get comfortable there?
What did you do to kind of occupy your time? What did you like learn?
Working out, writing letters, reading, you know, stuff like that. It just becomes another routine, right? It's just the same thing as, you know, waking up and making a cup of coffee and reading a book, you know. And then so I knew I wanted to live differently, right? And then I ended up, you know, I proposed to my ex. She's my baby's mom now, but in the visiting room there, right? So then, but it was all kind of like for a reason, right? Like, I wanted to get out of California. There was always there's always a reasoning behind it when you're doing this kind of stuff while you're locked up, right? Like, it sounds good. We start believing it, right? But is it what we actually want, right? Or do we want that phone call? Do we want those letters? You know, do we want this way out, so to say, right?
Yeah.
Created for us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we can all create the way out, you know? But yeah, so I ended up getting out and I transferred my parole out to Colorado. So I did it before I even paroled. It was all set and ready to go. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to be sober. You know, I'm going to get a job. You know, I'm going to start doing all this. And as soon as I get out, we come back down to Arroyo Grande where my family lives and stuff. And I was like, oh, everybody's drinking. You know, I was like, I'm just going to drink. You know, I'm just going to have a couple drinks, you know. And next thing you know, it's like 5-6 bottles of champagne, you know, like, oh, it's just champagne. You know, it's not, I'm not drinking hard liquor, you know, like, yeah. And then it's like, all right, cool. And then, you know, I'm just going to drink beer when I go back home. You know, I'm not going to get into the alcohol. I'm fine. I could totally cope. I can totally do this. I've been out for 3 fucking days. Of course I feel like I can do this, right? Like, you feel like you're on top of the world, you know? Like, I don't have a problem with nothing. Just lying to myself, right? Like, and then it just progressively just kept getting worse. And it kept getting worse, like, really, really fast, right? Beer wouldn't get me drunk, you know, like when I drink hard alcohol, I like the taste, I like the burn, I like to swish it around in my mouth, I like to drink it slow, right? Like, I like the effect, right? I'm not gonna go to the bar and order a shot. I'm gonna go order a quad shot, right? Yeah, I just want to get fucked up, and we could do this all night long, and I'll still be good to fucking drive, you know? Like, it just. So it kept going, man, and then I met somebody out there that had some heroin, right?
This is in Colorado, right?
Yeah. Well, my grandfather had passed away when I was out there. I was already smoking meth, so I was doing that out there, and then the heroin came around, and then everything just started to crash and fucking burn. So then I remember my daughter was going to be born in August, and it was July 3rd, July 3rd, and I knew that I had July 4th off of work, right? I'd probably been doing the heroin for a couple months. But I didn't think it would be that. I was never out long enough to develop this big of a habit, right? So I was like, oh, I'll be fine one day. I'm gonna go. I went home. I took my boots off. I said, leave me alone. I'm gonna go to bed, right? Well, that one day turned into like 30 days and a couple hospital visits, you know, and it was pretty gnarly, right? So now she knew I was getting high, but I ended up making it through, man. I made it through, you know, and then my daughter was born, and you know, it was great. You know, I was sober, but what a better way to celebrate than with barbecuing and having some champagne, right?
That's right. I mean, it sounds like a good idea to me.
Just champagne, right? Like,
it's not heroin.
Exactly correct, bro. You know, and sure enough, dude, a couple bottles. You know, next day, oh, let's make some like super mimosas, right? Let's throw some vodka in there, you know, and there it goes, another downhill spiral, dude. So I ended up back in California. My grandfather passed away, you know, and I got, you know, he left me my old truck back. So I came out here. I ended up fucking off again. Went back to Colorado, and then it ended up really, you know, long story short, really fucking going downhill. Started shooting dope again, you know, and just went off the rocker pretty far, you know. Out there they have hailstorms, and I had a street bike. So we'd be on there. You don't have to wear a helmet out there. So I'd get out there with my mask on my bike and like try to outrun the hailstorms on the freeway. Just spun out, dude. Just going, right? Like, am I trying to die? You know, like subconsciously, you know. But I ended up back in California, man, and fentanyl was really starting to kick off. And I hated fentanyl.
What year was this? You think?
This was like 2019.
Okay, so right
2019, and I didn't really like. You know, I was still doing heroin and meth, you know, and I didn't really like fentanyl. But I had ended up pulling up to my mom's house one day because she was doing my laundry, and I wake up to her pounding on my car window. She thought I was dead, right? And so I was like, all right, well, maybe I need to go to rehab, right? I'll do it for my mom, you know, and went down the rabbit hole of going to rehab and playing the part, getting the sponsor, not doing any of the work, dating the chicks, doing all this, you know, and next thing you know, I had like five bottles of fucking liquor, downed them, ended up, I had metal bunk beds, ripped them a fucking apart, ripped the dressers apart in the house. Everybody in the sober living house was New Life Recovery. Have you heard of them?
Yep.
Josh Schatz was working with them.
Is New Life with Brandon Turner?
No, New Life was with
Or is that? Oh, it's Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, I know
Little
Josh. Yeah.
He's my sponsor.
Did he have houses in Santa Ana?
Yep.
Yeah, I know Josh.
And they actually have another one mending bridges now.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was in there, and literally everybody in the house with the house manager was locked in the manager's office praying at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Right, dude, it was crazy, right? So then ended up the people that ran the place ended up coming there. I'm like, cool, you just take me back to Detox. You know, I don't know what happened, right? And so on and so forth. That they booted me. So back to got a spot in a sober living, right? And did that for a little bit, and then I got introduced to fentanyl. Started doing fentanyl, right? And I remember like, dude, I'm just gonna take a little hit, is what I would always say. I'm just gonna take a little hit. I'm not even gonna hold it in. Right, like, because I didn't want to die.
Yeah.
Like, I never in my life got high to die. Right, like, I got high because I liked the feeling, you know, and it fucking started to escalate real quick, dude. Now we're doing fucking dabs with fucking fentanyl, you know, like, it was bad. So fast forward like a solid probably year, I got in a high speed chase out of Avila Beach over there by Pismo. Have you been there?
I've been Pismo, yep.
And it was like probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we end up getting away, end up in Santa Cruz, end up back in Slow, and I'm in this motel room behind. You've been to San Luis, right?
Yep.
So you know Madonna Inn?
I don't know if I know Madonna Inn, but I do go to Slow a lot.
Okay, yeah. So there's off Madonna exit, there's like this Denny's and there's this motel. It's a perfect spot. Mm-hmm. You can see the freeway entrances, right? Like, so I was in there for 3 weeks, dude. I was in that room for 3 weeks, didn't leave. I had the Denny's right here. I had everything I needed, you know, and then my phone rang from a blocked number. It was like 9:30 p.m., dude, and it was a detox center in Corona asking me if I wanted to come change my life. And I still don't know how they got my number. And I was like, dude, I don't have any insurance, so on and so forth. But in the moment, I knew I answered this call for a reason, you know, and I had been wanting a way out. Like I knew something was going to change. I was going to die, dude. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, they're like, all right, well, if you're here in 24 hours, we'll scholarship your way. You know, and sure enough, dude, I fucking left everything there, and you know, I got there, dude, and it was hell, right? Dude, it was bad, dude. I got some crazy stories in that place, but
was it a flop house or
no? So it was pretty good. I went in there on the 15th, but my sobriety date is April 22nd, which is cool because it's my sister's birthday. Mm-hmm. But you know, I like the talk got about, I'm gonna get some dope dropped off, right? Like it was Carrying Hands recovery.
Okay, yeah, I know that one.
But it was a pretty solid place, you know. They even took me up to get my street bike. 12 days in, I totaled my street bike on the way back down. It was a trip, dude. But,
so the crazy stories are because of you.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It is, man. So, but yeah, so I ended up, you know, people were talking about when I went in there. You know, I had a safe, you know, like a little tweaker safe, right? And I had like my debit cards in there, and I went in there. I was like, oh, dude, they're going through my stuff. There's a shard right there. You take it, you know, take it. And I told them like 3 times, you know, and I don't know if they were paying attention to other people in there or something, and they didn't take it. So like a week later or a couple days later, when people are talking about getting high and everything like that, I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm fucking kicking hard right now. Dude, I got some shit down in the office. You know, like, let me go down there. So I literally went down there and was like, dude, I need my debit card out of here. I want to order this on Amazon. So as soon as they opened it up, I grabbed my debit card and the shard out of there and ended up getting high in detox.
I always find it funny because, you know, I worked in rehabs for like 6 years, right?
Uh-huh.
And I always laugh because I'm like, why are you guys smoking meth in the detox? That's the worst place.
The worst drug in the worst place.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to be here. I don't want you guys to see me on bed. Like, here,
I know, bro.
You're paranoid the whole time.
It was crazy, right? Laying up in the bed waiting for him to do the rounds.
Yeah, imagine. I remember one time when I worked in rehab, I won't say the person's name, but we found the person on the roof having sex with the AC unit.
Oh,
I'll tweet out. And this guy was like 6'9", so we're like, I'm gonna leave him up there.
Dude, we had a dude literally scale the side of the house, and the med room was upstairs on the second floor. Scaled the side of the house. We don't know how he did it, but he scaled the side of the house and ended up in the med room taking people's meds. Like how do you scale a house, bro? There's nothing to grab onto.
Like a glue on his.
He got up there somehow, bro. I swear. But then they so I ended up graduating there, man. You know, they gave me this 30-day chip, mm-hmm. but they gave it to me on my 29th day. I didn't have 30 days, and I was like, dude, this is a fucking setup, you know? Like, I'm not going to take this, right? They're like, oh, just take it. I still got it on my keychain today. But it was pretty tight, man. Then I put myself through California Prime. I put myself through, what's their system? I got kicked out of there.
So it's Cali Prime, and then there's, what is their other one? It's not, I can't think of it.
It's their sister company.
It's not OC Revive, was it?
OC Revive,
yeah. OC Revive,
yeah. So California Prime. They kicked me out of there, not for relapsing. Somebody tried to tell them that I had a gun in my car or something, but so they kicked me out of there. They sent me to California, the other one, OC Revive. I graduated there. Then I put myself through 12 South. I graduated there, South. And then I put myself in sober living. So it was quite a bit of a time, right? I was like, dude, I'm just gonna keep going, dude. Just keep going.
What year was that when you got sober?
2021.
Okay, so the year after COVID. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if I just hit 5 years. I think it's 21.
Okay. Yeah.
21, right?
Yep.
So then I did that, and then then I ended up moving up north to Camarillo. I got into sober living up there. Mm-hmm. Started getting a job. Well, I had a job down here and stuff too, but went up there, and dude, I ended up getting into this job that did silicone for like military fighter jets. In one of the buildings. It wasn't all of the buildings that did that, right? But I got approved through, what is it called? I got hired directly through them. I got hired through Aerotech. Okay. So through Aerotech, they hooked it up. Nothing came up on my background check.
Would you say this is like your first like big boy job? Would you say?
No, it was my second one. I had one right here in Orange County and ended up getting fired from there. Mm-hmm. I was the only sober dude there. We'd work 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. And the manager, my supervisor, was always drunk, dude, fucking talking shit. Then he thought I told on him, dude, and everything. And then he got in my face like all the time, dude. And I was just like trying to like just keep my cool, and sure enough, one day, dude, he comes up and he says something like stupid about my mom, dude. And I just fucking lost it, bro, and just fucking hit him, dude, right in his mouth, dude. And he was drunk, dude, on the job, like operating heavy machinery, But yeah, so I ended up getting fired from there. And get this job, get hired. They want to hire me on permanently to the company. They want to hire me on early before the process is over. And so they run their background check. And next thing you know, bro, like all 6 of my supervisors for the whole entire place walk in the building with pieces of paper in their hand, little ones, saying, dude, you need to leave the property right now. We got to escort you off right now. Here's all of our personal information for references. They fired me for an unpaid ticket on my background check, not for 7 felonies, for an unpaid ticket. I've never, whether it's an apartment, whether it's a job, I've never had a felony show up, dude. Yeah. Never. So remember that dude Dane that was with Justin? Yeah. So I knew him from meetings right here in Huntington Beach, and I was like, I saw what he was doing with the online coaching. I had a little bit of money saved up. I just moved into my own apartment. And I just lost this job, and I just said, fuck it, man. Just went all in. Went all in on my business. And
so that's when you started the online coaching? Yeah. So basically, you get fired from that one job because you punched the drunk supervisor. Yep. You get this new opportunity, but they end up letting you go because of a ticket. Now you're at this place again. I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? So you see Dane doing the online coaching. Yeah. And so you hit him up to get started. Yep. And so what year did you start the online business?
It's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years, so 2023?
Yep. Okay. End of 2023, like probably August.
Now, this is when Dane was doing Justin's thing? Yeah. Okay, so it was the JWX stuff, right? Okay, so you see Dane's thing, and like you said, you go all in on it.
Yeah, dude, I had $11,000 saved up, and I took 10 of it and drove it down and put it in Justin's hand.
So I want to talk about that because I think people don't understand sometimes. Like, it takes money to make money. Yeah. Whether it's buying something, a product, investing into advertisements, investing into a program, a coach. Yep. For you, was it easy for you to just be like, yeah, I'm going to do it? Or like,
yeah. I got on a call with them. I'm an easy sell, bro. Mm-hmm. If I want to do something, I'm just going to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to ask him his fucking opinion. Mm-hmm. And all the dudes at my last job, dude, when I told them what I was going to do, they were just sitting there giggling, like laughing, overweight, you know what I mean? And guess they're still doing the same thing, right? Like, no, I went all in, dude. I ended up getting on a call with them. I was like, I don't even need to do this. All I got is cash, so I'll just drive it down tomorrow. And there it was, right there, But yeah, that was the start of the journey, man, and it was rough, dude. I didn't even know how to work social media.
Yeah,
I had like
let's talk about
I had
that.
like one post. It was like a picture of my fucking lifted Escalade I had back then, right? Like,
hire me to be your coach.
dude, yeah, exactly, right? Like, I wasn't even in the best shape, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't even know anything about nutrition, bro. I just knew I could get big, and I knew that my story would help other people change their lives, and I honestly believed that this was the way I could fucking do it to be able to make a living and make it something, right?
So that was the mindset you had going into it. I got a story. I know I can utilize this. And I love that you said that because you're like, I didn't have a social media really. I don't know how to work it. I haven't been posting. I don't know about nutrition. I don't like.
Yeah.
So like.
But I figured it out.
So yeah. So let's talk about how did you figure it out and how long did it take you to kind of start seeing some progress happen?
My first client was like a month in, and one of my supervisors that had to escort me off the property, it was his brother. He didn't do Zoom calls. I had to go meet him in his office. Right? Met him in his office, sat there for 2 hours talking with him and signed him up for month to month for $300. Right? That was my first client. You know, and then he owns a construction company, so then, you know, my business was taking a little while to pick up, so he ended up hiring me as his project manager for his business.
Nice.
But he was with me for over a year, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like the struggles with me was knowing obviously technology, social media, and learning how to talk to people. Because I was just, this is how I am, that's it, right? Like I had when I changed my life, dude, like I had to fucking change everything, right? Like I've been getting high since I was fucking 10 years old.
Yeah.
Running the streets, right? In prison, spent over 13 years behind bars, you know? It's like,
and they usually say, right, you emotionally stop growing up the moment you start getting high and drinking.
Correct.
So it's like a 9-year-old emotional
bro.
stability, and then you're institutionalized. You live this lifestyle where there's a certain type of language you speak, a certain type of living and mindset.
Yes.
When you try to change your life, it's uncomfortable.
Dude, it's like people ask me like all the time, like, what did you do, right? Like everything, bro. Just if you really want to change, dude, just delete everything that's in your life right now and start, you know, doing everything that you're not doing. You need to relearn everything again. You know, like especially when I went through detox this last time, dude. That fucking fentanyl had me so fucked off, dude. It was like I was fully in hallucinations, dude. Like. There was times I thought I didn't even know how to tie my shoe. Like, it was just weird, dude. Like, it was just a weird experience, you know? And it was like, I remember when they took me to the hospital, like, because they gave me my Suboxone too early and put me in precipitated withdrawals. And I felt like I was in a roller coaster, dude. Like, in this lady's tiny-ass little car, you know? And, dude, it's crazy because, you know, like, I'm tripping, right? And obviously most of it is anxiety, right? And all in our head. But I'm tripping so hard, and I remember we're at this stoplight, and it felt like it was taking an hour to get there. I think it was probably like 10-minute drive, dude. But in my head, I was tripping, dude, and I told her, I was like, you know what? Just take me back to the fucking house. I got dope in my car, right? I got a bunch in there. Like, it's scattered everywhere, you know? And so she gets on the phone with the people, with the lady, her name was Shay. He's saying he has fentanyl in my car. I'm like, dude, just fucking lie to me and tell me you're taking me to the house and get me to the hospital. You know, like, do whatever it takes. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, right? Like, but she got me to the hospital, dude. And if I would have went back to that fucking car, dude, I'd probably be dead, right?
Yeah. So your first year doing it, you get your first client within a month, $300 a month.
Yeah.
You get an opportunity that you didn't expect to help you with your finances, right? Gives you a job as a project manager.
Yeah.
And then how long did it take you to? Because when I first met you, it was at the JWX event.
Yeah.
And I think that was 2020.
4, right?
4. Yeah, I think it was 24 because that's...
Or 25.
Was that before I went to the backpacking trip? Or after? It was before.
They did 2 events.
They did 2, right? I think I saw you at the first one. We get the second one?
The second one, I think. I was at both.
Okay, yeah, because the second one was at the Newport place. And you had those speakers there at that one, like... That one nice place. And then the first one was at the gym. There was a gym where Flex was there.
Rise Above
Yeah,
Fitness.
Rise Above.
That's
Brandon's.
the one I was there.
Okay.
And then they had that, Scotty was there. They had that little event right there downtown Huntington up top on the roof.
Yeah.
That's the one I was at.
So how many clients did you get your first year as a coach?
Sheesh. I don't even know, man. Probably like 30.
So you got that much. So what did you learn that first year? What what formula was
First
it?
year, 2025. The beginning of last year is when it... So what I did, dude, like the best way I can remember this is I moved out of my apartment. I ended up moving in with my ex. Big house, right, and everything. And then next thing you know, I couldn't pay them. She was like, you got to get a regular job. And I said, like, fuck no. you know, I gotta make this work. And then I don't know what it was though, but something clicked. And then that month it tripled. The next month it just kept fucking growing and kept growing and kept growing, right? And that was the beginning of last year.
So last year really took off.
That was the beginning of last year.
So that was 2025. So from 2023 to 2025, before that moment, it was a struggle still.
It was maybe, you know, 5 this month, you know, 6 this month, you know, I was still able to do it, right?
Yeah.
And I've been doing it full time for probably about almost 2.5 years.
Okay.
And then it just started fucking booming, dude.
What do you think it was? Like, did you learn how to talk to people a specific way?
Learning how to talk to people better, you know, just really just diving in, bro. Like just doing whatever I had to do, right? If I got to be up all night sending DMs and creating content. The biggest struggle that I had was my content, right? Because number one, I didn't know how to talk on camera. Number two, I didn't know what to say on camera. Number three, I would write all my scripts out myself, out of my head even. And I still have like 4 or 5 big notebooks, just front and back, just real ideas. But it would always come off as unauthentic, right? And like even Justin and them were like, dude, you guys got to use this editor. You got to do it this way. Try this. And none of it worked. None of it worked, right? Like the best way to create content is just have a natural conversation, right? So how I learned how to do it was I would drive 15, 20, 30 minutes and I would have the camera rolling the whole time. So then when I get home, I'll probably find like 5, 6, 7 clips out of there. Like when I create content now, he'll come over for a few hours and I'll pump out 150 reels. You know what I'm saying? And
how do you do your reels? The same thing in the car?
No, wherever. We'll do it in the house, in the office, in the car, in the gym, and just off the top.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's never like, hey, I wrote out these 50 real ideas. No. Sit down. Yeah, it's just off.
That's cool. It's just, you could just read right through it, right?
Yeah, it's true because that's the thing with the reels that I hated was, right? It's like, okay, I got to do this in a minute, 45 seconds, whatever. I got to have a hook. It's just like, dude, I feel like it's just so
I don't
fake.
care about none of that, bro.
It's so fake, right?
Yes.
And it comes off fake, right?
Correct.
Versus, like you said, when you're just talking like this, you can just capture that. Hey, right there.
So the thing about the hook, right, is people get so focused on this, having this catchy hook to create viral content.
Yeah.
Viral content doesn't create connection. And if it doesn't create connection, there's no sale.
Ooh, that's good.
There's no opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Everything through social media, what I learned is authentic connection. Connecting with your audience. How are you going to do that? You're going to tell your story. Your story is the center of like your universe of your content, whether you're providing value, whether you're giving motivation, whether you're giving tips, whether you're calling people out on their shit, right? You're not going to call people out on their shit if it's not something that you've already been through. You're not going to provide value if it's not something that you have learned through.
Right.
You're not going to give tips if it's not something that you currently do.
Yeah.
Right? So like, that's why I'm so big on like just telling parts of your story. Like if I talk about the guy that was grabbing the beer out of the fridge every day when I got home from work, when I was a blue collar worker, that was me. If I'm talking about the guy that used to stick needles in his neck, that was me. If I'm talking about whoever, overweight, underweight, like it's all a part of me that I've been sometime in my life, right? Otherwise I have no right to talk about it. And if I haven't been through it, how can I honestly, I could take their money, but how can I honestly help them if I haven't been through what they're currently going through? You can't. I don't believe that you can, right?
Yeah, a lot of people tend to give advice for things they haven't even figured out themselves or been through. It's like I remember someone's like, I'm gonna write a book how to raise kids. I'm like, you don't have kids though. They're like, but I know what not to do. I'm like, that's not how it works though.
Dude.
You might understand some type of logic of like, don't scream at your kid or like make sure you're there. But I'm like, there's so much more depth to having a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always say I respect people who are like, you know what, I don't know how to talk on this subject, but I know someone who can.
Correct. There it is. Yeah. And I got guys like that too, right? You know, and then so my business fitness coaching started to just boom. It just started to
2025 in January, just booming.
Booming, right? And then I was like, all right, cool. Well, you know, I figured this out. You know, I've grown my platform. I'm going to start teaching other people how to build their business, exactly how I do it, right?
Okay, so you didn't start that yet. This is more focused on you building your brand up to 2025. And when you start blowing up, you're like, I want to now help other people.
And then I ended up leaving the relationship that I was in because I just felt like, you know, I needed to leave. It was too much holding me back.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I remember the guy that played Superman, is it Henry Cavill, I think his name is, the guy that plays Superman. On an interview, he says 80% of your problems come from your love life.
Correct.
So choose wisely, because either your relationship's going to bring you joy or misery.
Yeah.
Because they have the most influence on your life.
Correct.
Right. So yeah. So you're
every
saying,
little thing. They're like, oh, well, don't let people affect you. It's like, what do you mean, right? Like every little thing. I want to do these events. Always a fucking problem. Always had something to say, right? Like that's your own stuff that you have to work on, right? Because I keep a very clean side of the street, like spick and span, right? Like, you know. So ever since I left that situation, you know, and I moved up north, I found my girl now, and everything is just fucking quadrupled. Dude, events, you know, I've got like over 70 something different coaches under me right now. Wow. Just fucking blew up, dude.
And what did that look like to like start building the community like that, to have coaches? Like,
dude, you want to know exactly how I do it, dude? Like I take a very personal approach. I spend 4 hours a week on Zoom with my guys, 2 hours going over nothing but marketing and content, and 2 hours going over nothing but sales. I don't put them in a fucking platform. I don't have them watch these modules.
Yeah,
I don't
automated.
have them do these fucking courses. I'm a hands-on learner.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how I need to teach. Right? And now I have, you know, coaches making, you know, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35K months. Right? Like having their own huge communities with 50 plus people. Right? That's when it like, now when I started to, you know, get this, it's like, holy fuck. You know, this is why I started doing this, right? Because I can help somebody get in shape, drop devices, change their life, live a better life. That's cool. I love it. But when I can help other people do that for other people is
best feeling in the world.
It's fucking, you can't touch it. You know what I mean? And just keep growing. We started doing these events, dude. It's like, dude, it was just like an idea, right? I always like, you know, I'll go lift with a couple guys. I'm like, all right, well, let's get like 10 of us together, go shoot content. You know, next thing you know, it's like 30, then it's 40, then it's 50, then it's 130, now it's 300, right? Like,
wild.
It's just continue to grow, right? Like, and I could do it probably a lot easier by having like these, you know, running ads and doing all this, but it's like,
yeah, so
I'm a fucking hustler at heart.
So you don't
bro.
do any ads or AI
I do everything
stuff?
organically.
Yeah.
Every DM is sent by me.
Yeah.
Every program is built by me. Everything I teach is by me. And I get people, I respond to people. People think I'm AI all the time.
Yeah, this can't be Dane.
You know what I mean? I don't do the saved replies. I don't do the many chat, you know, and it's like, I know when somebody, bro,
You know?
somebody messaged me with many chat. I'm like, bro, take your many chat off, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just do the work, right? Like, you know, and it's probably a harder route. Like I could do it easier, right? I could have these crazy systems. I could have these teams. I could have run ads. I could have many chat and all that. But it's just, I just feel like I'm big on connection, right? So like, I want these people to know that they're working with me from start to finish, right? Like personal experience, you know? Because people buy into you.
Yeah.
They don't buy into your fucking
product.
Your fucking assistant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's you. Yeah, I think it's John Maxwell says that. You know, he goes, people buy into you before they buy into the vision, to
Correct.
the product, to the idea. That's what separates you, right? Because there's 1,000 coaches that do what you do.
Million.
I'm sorry, everyone's a coach.
Everybody's a fucking coach, bro.
So it's like, why are they going to choose you, right? And it's like, because they're going to choose you because of you. That's what they're buying into. And then, and I love that, because I always tell people, you know, there's so many paths to success in the same industry.
Yeah.
So if you don't like this way, then do it another way.
Correct.
Like it could work too.
But give it a shot though.
Yeah.
Before you try to switch lanes. That's where people go wrong, right? Is they fucking.
I've tried everything.
I tried everything for 2 days.
Yeah.
I sent 500 DMs and I didn't get any clients. Well, I sent 500 DMs in 2 months, bro. I send that in like fucking 2 days, bro. You know what I mean? Like.
And I love that too, right? Because I always tell people, like, are you sure you really tried it fully?
No, they don't.
Like fully tried this way. First, try it fully. If it doesn't work and you feel like you literally have done everything in this way, try something else. Pivot. And I love that you even say that too. Like, I sent 500 in 2 days.
Dude, it's like.
I think people don't understand sales too. They think, okay, I got 10 friends. At least 8 are gonna sign up. It's like.
Bro, and then these guys will really like be super overqualified, right? They've been fucking bodybuilding for a long time. They know everything about nutrition. They know everything about training. They know everything about all this stuff, right? They're smart.
Yeah.
And they're like, they have this self-centered fear of thinking this, you know, like they need this big following. Bro, like, I've gotten to a point. I have a guy that just signed up with me the other day, right? And I was like, you know what? He's got like 130 followers. I'm like, all right, cool, bro. I'm going to go ahead and go through your following list right now, and I'm going to tell you 5 people I want you to message. He signed 2 of them up in the first day of working with me, right? Wow. So it's like...
What did you look for when you're looking through them?
I look at if they're posting, for sure, right? There's a couple things you could see, right? If they're posting, them drinking, overweight, if they're blue collar, if they have anything that shows that they are, right? Because if they're overweight and drinking doesn't mean that they'll even want to do it, right? But if they actually have a blue collar job, they have a family, and it's like, okay, cool. If I'm overweight and I'm posting me drinking and I have kids, there's some pain in there somewhere, bro. There is. Because you know that your kids are going to fucking be just like you, bro, right? Like, I remember my dad would always tell me, like, do fucking this. Meanwhile, he's doing this. Motherfucker, I'm going to do what you're going to do. What do you mean, bro?
Monkey see, monkey do. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember I was a young kid, he had a Harley and stuff. He's like, don't get on the bike, whatever. Dude, as soon as he walks out the door, I'm in there trying to start it, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing, bro, right? Like, the first thing you grab is that beer, bro. The way you're getting at your old lady, right? Like, the way you act, just being fat, right? Just doing nothing. Like, it's misery, bro, right? And so you can kind of, like, start a conversation with them and find out if they even want the change, right? I feel like everybody does want the change, but they get so stuck in this fucking comfort of thinking that everything is okay, right? It's like a false sense of hope or something,
Yeah, that's why I always tell people, have faith, but faith without works is dead.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And that's why anyone can get motivated at a Tony Robbins event. I'm going to change my life. I walked on fire. And then the next day they're like, wait, what happened? Why isn't that feeling there?
Yeah.
That's because you got to take action. You actually got to do it. You know what I mean? Like feelings are fleeting. You got to take it. Let me ask you this too, because what I've learned, because I'm like you, right? I'm people first.
Yeah,
I believe in that. I'd rather make less money to help people, and the money will come down the road versus I want it all right now, me.
Yeah.
How do you build trust with somebody online?
Through your content.
It's just your content.
Telling your story, putting yourself out there, creating a connection, right? If I tell my story, most likely if he's following me, bro, we've been through some of the same shit. I feel like your audience should feel like they fucking know you personally through your content, right? I put everything out there from my first fucking posts were putting everything out there right away. I don't understand what it is with these fucking people. Like, if they don't want people to know who they really fucking are or what it is, but it's never going to work. Just put it all out there, because then you're out of your own way and you don't care what people think anymore.
That's why Eminem was so successful back then, right?
Put it all out there.
I'm going to tell you all my shit. Now what? What are you going to say about me?
What are you going to say? What else you got?
Yeah.
And, and another thing is like, dude, it's like the only... I don't know, dude. It's people are just fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's
like, how do you not know? Then it's like the content thing. Like, how do you not know what to talk about, bro? Like, you have like 30. You're 35 years old, bro. You have 35 years of shit to talk about, right? Like, I think people will get stuck trying to think about this one thing, and all those thousands of other thoughts that are running through your head at one time get blocked because you're so focused on what you're trying to say, but what you'll never end up being able to say. Right? Because you get stuck on this one thing. How am I going to make this perfect, bro? Number one, your content is not even for you. It's for your audience. So it doesn't matter what you think. And I think that the sooner people can come to this realization, the better off that they'll be at creating content, right? Because it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter if you shave. Doesn't matter if you shower. It doesn't matter how you look, how you sound, if you stuttered, if it's edited. The rawer the fucking content, the better. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay for fancy editing. Jesus literally records me and puts captions in it, and I post it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's relatable.
Correct.
Oh, like, well, he actually said Oh, he actually.
I spent a lot of fucking money on professionally edited workout videos, bro, and I'll tell you what, they never brought me $1.
Wow.
You know, the only time I'll do a workout video is if it's a community event.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because it shows community.
Yeah.
It creates connection, right? Like, it shows that other people just like you are doing the same thing.
Yeah. My girl. So I was talking with Anthony. Because I'm not a person that follows YouTubers, right? I'm the one making the stuff, right? Doesn't mean I don't support people. But my girl does, right? She's a biomedical engineer, she's an introvert, and she subscribes to these channels, and she watches every video, and she'll donate money for whatever. She supports them. Like, she's about it. She's like, I followed her for 8 years, 9 years. And I'm like, what is it that they're doing that makes you want to follow them? She goes, I feel like you said, I feel like I know them.
Yeah.
Like I'm a part of their life, like every struggle, everything they go through. So then I go, okay, well, can I see a video of what they do? And like you said, it was just a camera, no editing. It was just them talking,
edits,
just
bro.
talking.
Sam
just talking.
Sulek.
Yeah, like yeah, perfect example.
Bro, raw video on the way to the gym. What's up, guys? Today I ate my fucking chocolate milk and my cereal.
Yeah.
I'm on the way to the gym. And he'll pause it.
Yeah.
He'll go in the gym. He'll have the camera rolling while he works
little
out.
tripod.
He'll talk to himself.
Yeah.
And then he'll put the two videos together. Next thing you know, he's got a 45-minute long-form video. And now he's probably making millions a month just from YouTube.
Easily. He's crushing it.
You want to know why? It's because it's so fucking relatable, dude. AMG Muscle. Have you seen this guy?
No, I don't think so.
I literally watched this guy go from like 4,000 followers to 100,000 followers in like 6 months. Okay, like I have respect for the dude. I like the dude, but like his vocabulary is not the best. He just keeps it real, bro. Yeah. He's even had videos of like building his chicken coop throughout the day. He's jacked. He's like, follow me on my way to become a pro bodybuilder, right? Yeah. But dude, it's like so raw. And people can binge watch his content because it's all day. That it just blew up. Fucking blew up, right? It's like people need to know who you are, right? Like who are you? How do you live your life? What do you like to do?
What do you
right?
eat? What do you like to order from this place?
Yes.
How do you wake up?
Correct.
How do you sleep? Like literally, people look at all that stuff.
Dude, it's like, yeah. It's like, dude, you like to fish? Fucking talk about it. You like to fucking skateboard? Talk about it. You like to wake surf? Put it up, post it. Mm-hmm. Right? Like I post pictures, videos of wake surfing all the time, the boat and everything. Why? It's just creating a connection with other people that do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's showing that life is better once you actually pull your head out of your ass and start making something of your life. Mm-hmm. Right? Like everything I post is for a reason. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, man. Creating content has just become so easy that it's stupid for everybody should be creating content.
How much content do you try to put out a day or a week?
At least 3 to 5 reels, minimum.
A week?
No, a day.
Oh, a day. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I also create 150 in a couple hours.
Yeah, you're saying that.
So then I'm good for the month.
So yeah, what does that formula look? If somebody's like, cool, I want to do that. So okay, I get a videographer. Like, what's your guys' formula? Is it all day you're shooting? Would you say?
No, we shoot for a couple hours. Hey, so I've been using I use 2 guys since I very first started. Only guys I like to use. Jesus and my buddy Nick. Mm-hmm. So they both do 2 different things. Nick does like cinematic stuff. Jesus gives me all my talking content. So he'll come over. Doesn't matter where I am, where he's at. He'll come over. We'll shoot. We'll go to the gym. We'll shoot. It's all focused on talking videos. Mm-hmm. So then he'll go home. He'll clean them up, tighten them up, put captions in them. Then he sends them to me, and it's all. I just download one at a time and post it. Put my caption in it and post it. Mm-hmm. Super simple.
Yeah.
You know, because all that time that I could be spent doing that, it's like I could be doing other things.
Yeah,
I could be sending DMs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good thing too. Like as you grow your business, you got to start delegating work. You know what I mean? Or if it's something that you don't know how to do, right? Bring somebody in that does know how to do. Because again, it makes things easier.
Sometimes I have so much free time, bro, that I don't know what to do with myself. It doesn't take the amount of time that people are putting it out there that it does.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, even with most of my guys, you know, are working 2 or 3 jobs when they first start their business, right? It's like, all right, cool. Well, when you wake up first thing in the morning, maybe when you're using the restroom, spend the 10 minutes to send DMs, reach out to your new followers. When you're on your lunch break and you're eating your meal, for one, you got to make a video talking about and showing what you're doing, but respond to those people. Mm-hmm. When you come home at night, right, you're kicking your boots off, you maybe sit out on the couch, wait for dinner or whatever, send some more, reach out to more new followers. Mm-hmm. Before you go to bed, take 10 more minutes. Like, it doesn't take a lot of time. Mm-hmm. You have the weekend, you have one day off on the weekend, batch create content with your iPhone. iPhones are good now.
Really good.
Dude, it's like, you don't need, I made a video the other day, you don't need these monitors, these fancy cameras, these mics, you know, all this fancy shit. You don't. Mm-hmm. You don't. Like, you don't need it, right? It's a fucking privilege, right? It's a luxury item. You don't need it. All you need is your story, to tell your story online, to provide value and have like a system to follow, right? Like, we do this because this does this, right? Like a simple blueprint, you know, just to follow every day, and you're good.
Mm-hmm. How do you kind of like prep your team to like how to deal with rejection or someone saying no or someone backing out of a deal?
I don't think it's ever rejection. And I don't think there's ever really objections, right? I think that they lack information. But obviously, I got to go talk to my wife, or I got to check my finances. Bro, we all know how much money we got in the bank. You ain't got to check nothing. Usually, I tell them, bro, I've been on thousands of these calls, man.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's because, I haven't answered something you have a question for. What do you got? What's the real reason behind this? And find out if, money is even an objection. Most of the time it's not. If somebody wants something, they're going to get it. Right? Like, have you not brought his pain to the surface? Have you not give him a visualization of what his reality is going to look like after he works with you? What his life could be like, right? The freedom that he could have, the self-confidence he could have, the whatever. But if they don't, it's like, okay, cool. Oh, you got to check your finances. All right, cool. All right, have a good one. Bro, you just shot yourself in the foot, People are scared of change, man. I think that fear creeps in, and that's the main reason why people don't end up pulling the trigger if you're not good enough to sell them, right? Because, everybody we want to stay in comfort, right? That's why they're 300 pounds. That's why they need the help, right?
Yeah, it's not easy to do something different when you've been living this way your whole life.
Correct.
And we know that from drugs and alcohol.
Correct.
It's like trust me, I don't want to live this way, but I'm more comfortable. I know how to smoke meth, be up for a week. I know how to walk outside, losing my mind, speaking religion to people, and sweating my balls on. Take some Xanax, try to go to sleep. I'm gonna hide over here, do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, drink some alcohol. Like, I'm comfortable in that as much as I hate it. But me going to school, getting a good job, being in a healthy relationship, it scares me.
I know, bro.
It scares me. Why? Because I'm going to feel like a fool in my skin throughout that process in the beginning, and I don't like that feeling.
Exactly.
I like this feeling. I like being the cool guy that's high on meth with my boys, talking about all the business ideas we're going to have one day. We're just being over here in class. So yeah, it's scary, whether it's for the person trying to make change as a client or like you said, a coach.
Yeah.
Starting it. Because like you said, I always tell people the journey to success is never going to look the way that you think it's going to look. So don't give up just because it doesn't look that way, because the success is around the corner.
It's just like a fight. You could train for a fight all you want, and every single fight you get into is never going to go the way you think it's going to go, right? Just like a sales call. It's the same thing. People start rejecting, another thing that, that I tell them is, how much do you think you've spent, investing into your personal destruction over the past 10 years? 100,000, couple 100,000, $1 million, right? It kind of like you got to kind of like let them see the real picture, right? Because I know I spent a lot in my personal destruction, bro. Yeah. Somebody told me they could change my life for a couple grand. Like, where do I sign, right? They didn't really have that, bro. When I was fucking up, I don't think,
No, that wasn't a thing. No, I love that. So for you now, you said your business started blowing up in 2025. Like, what type of life has it given you now today? All that success and all that hard work. Because we
do what we want, man.
Because I see, so you guys have a house. You got a girl. Are you guys married?
No, not yet.
So you got a girl. You guys got a house. I see you guys on a boat. I see you guys traveling. Like, yeah. What has this hard work? What type of lifestyle has it given you?
The freedom, bro. I don't even know what day it is. It's Wednesday, right? Wednesday. Yeah. Look, we drove 6 hours to come do this podcast on a Wednesday, right? Yeah. Like, the freedom, work from wherever I want, not have to worry about money, be able to go out and travel, go on the water, just basically whatever the fuck we want, But today, whatever the fuck I want to do is a whole lot different than before. You know what I mean? Like, if I would have had this level of success that I have now back in my addiction,
you'd be dead.
I'd be fucking dead, bro.
I'd be the strip club. I'll be in brothels.
I didn't have to fucking answer to nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's
smoke
like
meth and go to Vegas. That's my dream.
and honestly, like, dude, like the whole first like 3/4 or however long I'm gonna live of my life, right? Like, it might have been like hell, but it wasn't. It set me up for now. Right? Yeah. Like, what fucking experiences would I have had, and who would I have been able to help if I didn't go put myself through all that shit, right? So it's like, dude, like, yeah, I probably would have changed sooner if I could go back and do it, right? But like,
you have no character.
Exactly. Like, I wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
I don't even know who I would be, right? Like literally been doing it my whole entire life. Like, I don't even know who.
You'd be talking about the weather and your polo shirt.
Oh my god, bro! My fucking
walking a poodle.
My bicycle shorts on.
Yeah, walking a poodle. Yeah, and that's the beauty, right? I always tell people, like, for us that have gone through hell, and we have to start our life late in life, right? And, you know, we feel like we need to catch up, right? And I get it. It feels humiliating in the beginning. You see your friends graduated, done this, done that, whatever it is. You know, you have no money and you're an adult. But like you said, it's like, dude, like, our story is our superpower.
Correct.
Because no one could take that from you. Nobody can.
No.
And the character development that gave us, and now that you have all that to share, now that people wish they had that life. I wish I suffered like that guy. Like, I could talk about all this cool stuff and everyone likes him. You got nothing to talk about. There's no depth to you.
So much experience, right? So much experience, it's hard to, I don't even remember it all. You know, it's like, I think it's because it's like extreme experience, you know? Like, I've always been like a guy of like extremes, right? Like, I'm just going to do it. Like, I'm going to do it full force, right? And that's why another thing why my business has grown, right? Is because there's way easier ways, I'm sure, to do it, right? Like, but I just fucking hustle, just grind, right? Like, everything, you know? Like, I knew that once I started it, like, there was no plan B, bro. Like, I have to do this. This is going to work, you know, and it's going to continue to grow if I keep showing up, right?
It's true. What do you feel like, as we come to the end of this? I want to ask you this too, especially because you're in recovery. What do you have to do to make sure you don't blow up your life again? Because I know, like for me, when I started getting a lot of success, it brought on new problems that I never had. One is like, no one's watching me now. I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. I'm not going to miss work no more.
Yeah.
I got so much money coming in that me spending a bunch of money on stuff doesn't affect me financially. I can do this stuff I've never been able to do. Go here, go there, do this. Oh, wow. Oh, I can pay people off. There's so much I can do with it. And I feel it sometimes, and I'm like, ooh, this is kind of scary. Like, I can still blow up my life. Like, Jesus Christ, it's addiction. So I'm like, okay, I need to be aware of this. Like, so, like, what do you do to make sure that you don't go back that route?
I don't allow any of it in my near vicinity, right? I've never had, I haven't had the thought of drinking. It disgusts me. Like, the other day, you know, like, we'll go on the water, we'll go around people that are drunk, right? And it's just like, bro, like, what is this, you know? And I think that I've actually brought myself to maybe, like, hate it in a way, right? Maybe that's a driving factor, but everybody that I've worked with, especially like on a fitness coaching level, has been in recovery, has struggled with alcohol, right? Something, some sort of addiction, right? And so it is kind of like my NA or AA, right? Like,
you're having those conversations
every day. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, going back is not an option. The moment I go back is the moment that I quit on myself. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just not an option, right? Because, when we have the rush of all the money coming in, the new life, we could do whatever we want, right? It's like, sometimes it's at a point, it's like, I am fucking horrible with money, dude. I will fucking spend it like it's fucking, it's never gonna end, right? But it's all shit to grow, right? It's all stuff that I never did before. It's all positive stuff, right? If I want to go on a vacation, if I want to go fucking spend $1,000 and rent a badass car for a day, right? If I want to go, you know, do whatever, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, for what? You know, it's not doing anybody any harm. I know my bills are paid, you know? I'm definitely, what am I going to do? What if I fucking die in a fucking week? Where's it going to go? Right? Like, you know? But I don't know, dude. I don't go to strip clubs or nothing like that.
I tried it once, and with my sobriety friends, we had like 3 years, and from work, and they're like, let's go. And I'm like, okay, hold on, let me make a phone call. One of my friends, she bartended at a strip club, so I said, okay, we're gonna go here because I'm just gonna talk to her while you guys do your thing. Yeah. You know, have my Red Bull, and we're on the way there, and she goes, Fausto, I'm not gonna be able to make it. And I'm like, so I get to the strip club, I go, oh, let me get a Red Bull. I'm sitting in here, they're all going at the dance floor, and a girl goes, hey, honey, I go, I know you don't like me. I can't do this right now. This is weird. To me, this was really weird. I'm just not giving. I don't have money actually to give you, and I know this is fake. Like, I can't buy it. I'm sorry. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm like having anxiety. I'm like, dude, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? And then I look to the left, and Lamar Odom's over there, and I'm like, is that Lamar Odom? And I'm like, damn it, why did I get sober now? I was like, I want to party with Lamar Odom. Right? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I gotta get the hell out of here. That looks fun.
It's just boring, dude, to me. You know, like, I'd literally just rather be sitting in my house, chilling, watch a movie or something, right? Like, there's so many better things. It's all. I like to do all this shit that I never did before, right? Like, fucking barbecue at the house. Oh, you guys are going out? Oh, I think I'll just watch a show. Right? Like, so much better. Right? Like, not just not putting myself in these situations where possibilities could fucking happen.
There you
right?
go.
Like, okay, cool, we're gonna go out, I'm gonna be with these people, they're gonna be drinking. Now I gotta worry about what the fuck they're doing, because if it's somebody that I'm like, I don't have any friends that drink. I don't. But if that was the situation, now I gotta worry about what they're doing, right? Like, then if they get into some shit, then it's like, fuck, I gotta make a decision on the fucking spot. Like, dude, I'm not gonna, even my friends are getting fucking jumped or something, right? Like, I'm not gonna let that happen, right? So why put myself in this position? What if they're drinking? What am I gonna get in the car? What if I'm gonna get in the car, they're gonna have a bottle in my backseat? Like, I don't put myself in any of these positions, right? Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, all my friends from before, like, I cut them all off. And I told all of them, dude, like, when you want to change, you know where I'm at, right? Like, I will plug you into whatever fucking rehab you want. I'll work out with you. I'll do whatever you want. But the moment you fucking, I don't have time. My life is too important to me. Like, I'm not going to put myself in a situation to get tempted, all right? Or maybe at a spur of the moment, it sounds like a good idea because I'm a fucking spur of the moment kind of guy.
Yeah, hey, that looks pretty good right now all of a sudden.
Fuck, let me fucking fill this fucking syringe up, bro, and fucking take everything I got. I could go on a long, nice run right now, right? Like, I just refuse to let any fucking part of it in my life. Like, it's not worth it. For what?
And I think that's the key, right? What people could listen to and learn. It's like, you're choosing not to put yourself in these situations because you're humble enough to know, like, if I go here, this can happen, the situation.
It's always a possibility.
And I know I'm going to do something. If I go here, it might start looking fun, and then I might actually dabble in it. I'd rather just not put myself in that situation. And I think that's such a humble answer because some people think they could be around that still. I'm like, get out of here. Oh, I did it once, something happened. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. We all could do it once and get away with it.
They do it because they still want to do it.
Yeah. Or they're scared to do something different. I'm like, you're so afraid to go over here and build a new community, so you still want to hang out with your old community and drink your water and all that. I'm like, you're going to fold.
They're worried about what other people think.
Yeah.
Like, when I had guys that, like, start on my fitness coaching sometimes, right? They're like, especially if they're Hispanic, their families have all these parties, a lot, right?
We party.
And it's like, right, dude? And I've had tons, bro. I'm like, bro, why don't you just not go?
Wait, what? Right? I can't do that, though.
But the ones that don't go are the ones that make it.
Yeah.
As soon as you get there, people are handing you beers. Here. You mean to tell me you're newly on this journey and you're going to tell fucking 20 people no? And then you're going to be able to deal with them giggling and laughing at you because they're doing it and this is what's supposed to be doing?
You'll be fine. You don't got a problem.
Just don't go.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't go nowhere near any of that for years, bro. Yeah. A beer? Oh, no. I'm not going, right? Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't get tempted now, but it's like I never would put myself anywhere around any kind of that kind of shit, right? And I honestly believe, like, if I was to go, let's say if I was going to go to this house, this trap house where everybody's shooting dope, and I would stay there for a week trying to preach for them to get sober, like, what would happen first? Would they get sober or would I end up relapsing? Right? Like,
it's heavy.
It's reality, right? Like, most likely, it's gonna be me, right? Like, I gave in, I put myself in that situation. That's what my environment now consists of again, even if it's for a week, right? Because before, that's what my whole entire life it was, right? Everybody that I knew was just getting high. It's just like if I was still strung out and I was going to go to hang out with people that are squares. it just wouldn't work, right?
Yeah. Like smoking meth in a detox.
Dude, I know, bro. At least they've all done it.
Yeah, smoking meth.
I go to the country club, some country club get together or something, spun out, bro. That's going to be weird, bro. That's going to be weird, right? Like, it's not going to go good, man. But I just avoid it all, bro. I don't care if it's fucking smoking weed. Yeah. I don't care how little or how severe it is, right? Like, then it's like if you give me a ride, bro, one of your buddies, right? Like, think he's doing good, he's in sober living, you give him a ride, guess what happened? Well, guess what could fall out of his pocket in your car, right? I've literally gotten arrested for that before,
Especially for, like, and I'll say this for men. I mean, it could go both ways, but we'll say for men, like, I've seen so many guys go back out over a girl.
Oh
my
I've done
God.
it.
There's just
I've done it, right?
Like,
Like,
just, man, yeah. That's why I think I tell people, like, when you change your life, a lot of people are not going to like it.
yeah,
You know, and they're going to name call you, they're going to talk shit on you, but you got to understand that's a reflection of them.
correct.
And also respect the fact that they feel like that, like you've been this person your whole life. So to them, yeah, it's weird. You're different.
Yeah.
So be okay with it. You don't get mad.
I know.
Just understand that they don't know this version of you, so they're going to have to get used to it. And it's going to take time. But don't let yourself try to people please and go dip your foot back into that. And when you become successful, there's a whole nother side of how people are going to start judging you again, right? Because they're insecure. Did someone say something about the boat on your Instagram post? What did they say about the boat?
Bro, they said oh, you know, this dude sells drugs. Another one they said, one of the ones was like, oh, he does the boat owners know? Does the boat owner know that you're shooting content with his boat? Right? But even like my sister, dude, like she wouldn't come back into my life for a long time when I got clean this time, right? She was fucking tired of it, you know. And it's like, I'm grateful for that, right? Like she draws the fucking line, you know. But it was at the time, I'm like, dude, this fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I got fucking a week sober.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's you
7
mean?
Days sober.
Telling my mom, like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Yeah, everyone else is cheering me on over
yeah,
here.
Exactly. Where's she at? Right? She sees right through the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like a lot of people, all these people, they like the idea of changing, right? So we always tell everybody around us, oh, we're going to do it. We're going to change. I want to change. I love you. I promise it's going to be different this time, right? Like, just shut up and show them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when you're ready to change, you're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
And just know, some people, to love you back, it takes time.
Yeah.
And just be okay with it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have to do it for yourself,
Yeah.
right? Like, if you're not good within yourself, like, you're never going to make it, dude.
Yeah.
You're always going to be battling with all this shit of what other people think. Is this okay to them? Do they like me? Do they love me? Do they whatever, right? Like, none of it matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you succeed, walk your lane, right? Keep your side of the street clean, be a fucking good person. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah, there's that saying, if everybody...
Same thing with content, right? Like, if they don't like my content, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah. There's that saying, if everybody likes you, you're not being yourself.
Correct.
Yeah, because that's not possible. Well, I love that, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you driving up here, you know, for the 6-hour drive and stuff like that. And I'm stoked that we're going to work out on vlog too as well. Where can people find you? Where can people reach you if they want to join your community?
Yeah, at Dane Carter Fit on all platforms. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. All of it, man. Yeah, but thanks for having me, dude. Yeah. We'll have to definitely get it in again.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we'll be doing so many more, and the vlog will get some stuff too as well. And yeah, let's continue to grow and do stuff together.
Hell yeah.
I know. Stokes for your event.
Thanks, man. That's going to be huge, dude.
Yeah.